What's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel. I'm Tiana Reese Williams, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about creating content as a busy entrepreneur, full-time faculty student, doctoral student at that. And what is my workflow? Okay, so you know my content is around goals, motivation, and intentions, and people are always wanting to know, how do you do it? If you like that kind of content, please check out my previous videos. Like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you know when I'm posting, which is typically on Sundays and Wednesdays. All right, so let me give you a little outline of this video. My step-by-step content process, how do I batch create content, tools for scripting and filming and editing, and then repurposing content across platforms, staying consistent with content creation. All right, so I'm going to answer some of these questions. All right, what's my content creation routine? Well, first off, you guys see this notebook? I know y'all are probably tired of me between my notebook and my calendars, which my calendars are never too far behind me, which I'm actually going to be writing out my April stuff here in just a moment because it's March 31st when I'm recording this, but I live for a calendar and I live for a notebook. So as far as there's different content requires different strategies because every platform is very different. So for YouTube, I like to batch record the first week of the month, and that's typically how it goes. So after about 3 weeks of like content being out on the platform, I will batch record within the 4th week, technically. And so then I can start uploading videos. I also will occasionally post on YouTube. I'm not as consistent with posting in shorts. I just prefer to do video content and doing live streams. That's just my preference. And I feel like part of the reason why I don't get into posting in shorts is because it reminds me of other platforms like Facebook and Instagram, which I do post in those spaces, but it's such a different audience that requires those types of posts. Now, I'm going to be relaunching my podcast here soon. So that's probably going to require me to do more posting. And so I will have some marketing strategies and things that I'm going to be doing by using the post and YouTube shorts to share that content with you guys. And that's how I feel like the shorts and the post are to promote whatever it is that you're doing. And so my approach with that is after I do my batch recording, I'm going to start focusing on the rest of the month, preparing my marketing strategies for my relaunching of the podcast and my nature-based preschool program. So that's how I'm approaching some things. I do use Canva, which is a great tool as far as like creating content and all the things. Canva is a great tool. I do use a paid prescription or paid subscription. As an entrepreneur, I just feel like it's such a valuable tool that I should use more than the free option. So that's pretty much my strategy on how I approach things, but also I map everything out for the month. So when I'm writing out April, I'm going to be looking at my March calendar and I'm going to say, like, what was really helpful? Was I realistically able to record podcasts like 2 to 3 days out of the week after the first week of March, which was my spring break? And I'm going to look and say, no, it was not realistic. What is realistic is I can typically record one podcast episode within a week or every other week. And why is this important? Because I also batch record my podcast series. It just makes my life more manageable. And especially as someone who I used to upload videos every freaking week on the podcast, and it was overwhelming. I think it depends on the content that you're doing. That might work for you. If you have a team of people that you're working with, that's also great. But if it's just you, you're going to have to do what's most manageable for you. And for me, batch recording content is imperative. So I hope that kind of helps. I feel like I could go into that a little bit more, but that's my routine. First week is basically batch recording videos, and then I will edit and then upload, put all the things into YouTube, and I usually edit like 3 to 4 videos at a time, and then I'll just upload them all at once. And that's why you guys will see like, oh, she's got like 4 videos coming out. Cool. I know when they're coming. No problem. That's how I like to operate. And let me just say this. We can thank Miss Delisher. If you haven't been over to her channel, check it out, because she was like, girl, you need to do some batch recording. All right. After that, I will work on post and work on things in Canva for other marketing things that I'm working on. How do I make content creation efficient? Okay. So to me, it's all about having systems. Once you know, this is a thing. I'm recording this video right now. Once this video is done, the next step is I'm going to go over to CapCut, upload the video there, do the edits, clean up the captions. After that, I'm going to also rename it to say, this video is me talking about content creation and being efficient, blah, 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 blah. After that, I will go over and export the video, upload it to YouTube, and then go ahead and put the description and then put the date in which I want this video to premiere. And then from there, put the description and then upload. And that's it. I would say that's it. In between all of that, I also upload the cover for the video itself, which again, I like to use the same types of covers for certain content. And you guys will see that there's like a rhythm of how I keep myself organized. And so that's how I keep myself efficient as far as content creation. Another thing is I use tools like Business Suite, which has been really helpful when I'm uploading into other places. And now I just discovered, like on Facebook, like they're okay if you're uploading your YouTube videos over there. That used to not be the case. They wanted you to upload your videos directly into their system. That's not the case anymore. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if I plan to share in that space. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but it is an option. So I feel like use the tools that are available, but most importantly, know your system. Know your system from like when you record the video, what happens after you record it, to when you upload it and it's like visible for everybody to see. You need to know your process. All right, the biggest time wasters in content creation. Man, you know what? I was just talking with Dee about this, because we'll get some folks, and this is no shade to people, this is just like reality. I feel like the biggest time waste is trying to figure out like, what's the thing that's gonna help my channel blow up? Listen, be consistent. That's what it boils down to. Figure out when you're gonna post your stuff and post it. Make your videos, edit your videos, do what you need to do. That's what it boils down to. There's not like a get rich or quick way to make it happen. No, it's going to happen the way that it needs to happen. And it's going to take time, but you need to be consistent. So I feel like a lot of people make the mistake, like you start going down this rabbit hole and you want to learn all the things and you start implementing so much stuff. And it's like, you can do that for a little bit, but honestly, guys, you need to just like focus on, why are you wanting to post on YouTube? What is your thing? Versus wasting time trying to figure out like, how is it going to blow up? I've heard content creators say, you know, people don't watch your first 100 videos. And you know what? My analytics prove to me that they're absolutely right. But along the way, the more that I record, the more that I practice, the better these recordings are going to get, because I'm becoming more confident with the camera, better with my editing skills and all those things. So it's just really important to be aware of what's going to be wasting your time. Don't waste your time going down that rabbit hole. Turn on your camera and record. Figure out your topic. Figure out your topics. Okay, how do I stay creative and avoid burnout? Okay, so how do I stay creative and avoiding burnout? For me, it was establishing systems and not getting distracted by what everybody else is doing. Once I started to establish my systems on what I wanted to, how I want to record and how I want to upload, what series I want to do, that made life a lot easier. I would also say avoiding burnout is just, you don't have to overdo it. Just figure out a schedule, and be consistent. For me, staying creative is like when I go live and I hear people say, like, oh, I love this content, this video that you talked about with goals. This was really helpful to me. That pardon lets me know that people really value like what I'm bringing forward into this platform. And it just, for me, it helps me figure out other creative ways in which I can bring additional content forward that I think would be valuable to people. So that's just my thoughts as far as staying creative and avoiding burnout. And I would just say, like, just pace yourself. If you are just an overkill, like if it's a holiday, you don't need to be recording. Enjoy your time with your family and enjoy whatever it is that you're doing, but you don't need to be like overdoing it. It's just not necessary. So YouTube will always be here, whatever social media platforms that you're using. For the most part, they will always be there. So just focus on that and be consistent and you'll be fine. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and look out for my next videos on Sundays and Wednesdays. And have a good day, have a good night, and have a great morning. And I'll see you next time. Take care.